Today, we're going to talk about Goldmand, the new update, and the liquidity pool. This is a video that has been asked by a lot of people for me to produce because they're a little confused, and I'm going to go through and explain what's going on, explain why they're doing this, the benefits, and all of that fun stuff. Hold on. I need to look smart for this video. All right, so we're going to go over liquidity and explain exactly what it is and why they created their own liquidity pools and all that fun stuff. Before we get started, I want you to know I am not a financial advisor. I'm a gamer, so know that and do this all at your own risk, as always. Let's go ahead and jump on the computer and kind of show you a few things as I explain it. Hopefully, it'll make it easier for you. This is a sponsored video and we are doing a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away most of the stuff that you see on the screen now. We got 3 mini promo chests, we have 6 Goldmand logos, and then 1 promo pack. If you are interested in winning that, make sure you go ahead and comment down below. Also go to my Discord and in the room Goldmand giveaway. Make sure you put your YouTube name and your Wax wallet to enter. So one great thing about having your own liquidity pool on the game is you can access your tokens anytime you need to by swapping them that way. That way, if a DDoS attack goes down on Alcor and knocks it down and no one can trade, you are still able to trade on your liquidity pools on the game. So right now it looks like Alcor is getting hit, so most games can't function that need tokens traded, or they're just kind of paused, where on Goldmand we can go ahead and do this because we have other ways of going through and trading tokens. So let's not get too far ahead. Let's explain what's going on here. So there's 2 modes here. There's swap balance and there's market balance. Now I'm going to give you this information the best I can. They are going to be doing another update that's kind of making this everything a little more smoother and fixing things that weren't implemented yet, all of that stuff. So things will change a bit. I was trying to wait for that to come, but it didn't, and I need to get this video out to explain everything for you all. So there is the market balance. Under market balance, this is like the game was before this update. You could just kind of think of it like that. If you want to do it through the market and go through Alcor and trade stuff, this is an option to do. So you can you could select mine with market balance. So now I would mine with this balance. I can't because I don't have these tokens right now and Alcor's down. So this is obviously something I don't want to do. I could recharge my amulets because I have a bunch of extra GMM here, and that's kind of what I'm leaving it there for at the moment, to just go through and recharge my amulets, because if I try to go ahead and withdraw it, I am going to get a 2% fee plus 130 stamina is going to hit me. Now stamina right now is a little rough because not all the features have been implemented in the swap balance. But from a stamina perspective, I'm really kind of frustrated because I'm always out of stamina. But what will happen is when the update comes, market balance will be 2x mining, so it'll have longer time periods. Instead of 3 hours and 15 minutes, I should have 6 hours and 30-minute mines. If I do swap balance, what that's going to do is that's going to take my regeneration for my stamina and double it. So it's going to be 2x. So that's going to be a lot better. I'm still going to need a little more because of how everything's working at the moment, but that's definitely going to help out. And I can always get amulets to go ahead and get stamina regen. Here we are in the swap mode, and this is kind of what we're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to go with the selected swap mode and keep this portion here. So market balance, market mode is the old way, swap mode is the new way. So now we're in swap. And before we go ahead and do mining and switch things over, let's talk about the liquidity pool. So to do that, we'll go into Farm GMD. And this screen is going to show you some basic information. You can see the provide liquidity on the left. You could see what I currently have in each token. And yes, you could do more than just your own token. When you do go ahead and put liquidity to that, you will also have to put wax. So if we look at these, you're going to see the wax price per GMM. It's 0.1159 here, and then 0.1168 here, and 0.1168 here. So those are all pretty close right now. So right now the liquidity pool is working very well. The liquidity pool is basically how easy it is to buy and sell a token at a stable price on a certain market. So with that in mind, you want the prices to be very similar, and you want them to pretty much be 1-for-1 is perfect. So if all these prices were identical, I think that would be great. But of course, you're going to have some people in different races, a whole lot in some. You got whales, you got all of this stuff. So with Liquidity Pool, if I wanted to go ahead and put some GMM in here, I could go into my mining hub. I go on my market. I'll remove, we'll say 100 just to kind of show you. All right, we'll go up to 120 because that's 6 stamps. So 121 is 7. So that's how I'll do it here. We'll go ahead and withdraw this. Just going to remove me from the equation for a little bit. So now I have 117 GMM. Go ahead and click here and it'll say, okay, you can put your GMM in the liquidity pool, but we also need a certain amount of wax, and it's going to be a ratio. So you're going to need to put 8.3019 in. When I provide liquidity, what that also does is that gives me more of a share of the GMD token. That token is very expensive and we need it to regen our stamina. So it's always good to have that. That's why I have so much liquidity on this. At least to me, it's a lot. It might not be to some people, but to me, it's a lot. What I'm going to do is go ahead and choose provide liquidity, and you'll see the GMM share go up. Probably not much, but. And under maintenance. So I don't see anything on the Discord about an update going out right now. It is saying under maintenance right now, so maybe they're just running a quick thing with this. And for me, it always happens this way. Every time I do a video, something crazy always happens, or I break something, seriously. We'll just have to take my word for it. This would go up a little bit, maybe to 0.92. I had it well over 1%, but as more people add more liquidity, my share goes down as there's more people. This is the percentage of GMD I would get. So I get maybe 2 GMD per mine, give or take. Could also go into the minus liquidity and see how much I have there. And it gives you an idea of how much it is. So to explain the liquidity pool a little more, we're going to go ahead and click on here. When the pool's working great, the price should not change much as you purchase more. But of course, if there's a big whale, there's always a chance for that to happen. So for example, if I do 1 GMM, it's showing me I would get this much. So now if I add a 0 onto that, now I'm at 983. What if I had another 0? 983. So this is a good sign of the pool so far. Another 0. Now we just went down a bit. Now we went down from 983 to 978. And that's kind of how liquidity will work. As you're buying more and more and more, you're going to be paying more if there's not a lot of that to purchase. If I could do another 0, you would probably see it go down a lot more. Unfortunately, it's maxing me out at how much I have currently. But you'd probably see this go down even more because of the liquidity. So now if we go to the food and do that one, again, we'll do 1. It's the same, 983. This is 984, so that's good. We go to 100, 983, 1,000, and then you see it dip a little more. So the end token, because I'm starting to buy a lot more, it's going down a bit. So you can kind of see how that works. You're paying a certain amount for a token until it's starting to run out of extra stock. Now there probably is more stock available. It's just when people start buying up the stock, there's less of it, so it gets more expensive. That's kind of how you could think of the liquidity pool. So how would I go through and mine right now? I would click on here. We're going to just pretend that I have 0. So in the background here, you can see GME, I need 476. So we'll just do 500 GMM to see what it says. So that'll give me 490, and then minimum receive 485. So I could do that. Could go a little lower. Maybe I'll do 490, and here's 475. So I need 476. So 491 of this will get me what I need there. So now I'll swap them, and now they'll appear in the energy. Now we're going to do the same thing with the food. We're going to click the arrows here. Make sure you don't change the top or the bottom, because sometimes you can easily do it by mistake. Now here we need 362. I'm just going to start with 362, see how it goes. We need actually more because the food is more expensive. So let's go 380. That's a little too much. 375, and that's close enough. And we'll go ahead and swap them. Now they'll appear, and now you can see I have enough to mine. So what it's going to do now is when I go ahead and mine, it's going to start my timer. It will start to 2x regeneration when that portion is in, but for now it's just going to hit me with 123 stam. And then it's also going to give me the GMD. So that's kind of how it was working. It's only the swapping of the tokens is that way. So we'll go ahead and hit start mine. It'll say how much we're going to consume. 838, pretty much 839. We'll mine. And we got 1.9 GMD, that's solid. And we got 1068 GMM. So now what I could do is I could go ahead and keep selling all my GMM for food and energy, and I'll be good. I don't need to go ahead and purchase more stuff from the market or anything because I'm going to keep building it up. I will have to go ahead and refill my stam though because I'm getting low and I don't want to not play for a while. I'm at the point where I'm paying about half price for stam regen with my regen and how much liquidity I've offered, which gains me, like I said, about 2 GMD per mine. So it's not real bad. If I could stake even more liquidity where I could get 4, then I would probably be pretty good and self-sufficient at that point. So say I want to take some profits. We're going to show you this too. So we're going to need to have stuff for the next mine. So we're going to go ahead and click here. And we'll say 20. So we need 456. So we just did this. So we're just kind of doing it again for you. So this will get me 457, which will be perfect. Losing 475 and I'm getting that. So I can go ahead and swap that. Now I need to do food. We'll say I have 10 there. So I need 352. There you go. That'll get enough. And we'll go ahead and swap there. So now I have enough for my next mine. So I'm good to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some profit. I have 415 GMM. I can click these two lines here and I can go ahead and choose GMM and I will change it for wax. So this is going to go directly to my wallet. So if I withdraw this right now, it's going to be 46 wax, which is about $13 to withdraw. So I want to take a look at the stam cost, and the stam cost is 11. I'm currently at 77, so it's going to put me at 66. But we're going to go ahead and do it to show you how it works. So GMM to wax, it's 1.1126, and you can see the wax is fluctuating. Could always leave the screen up for a few minutes if it's really fluctuating, but it's not that much. So we're just going to go ahead and swap it. And we're going to get that in our balance. So now we have that extra $13. And now it's going to go ahead and be in my regular wallet. And if I go over to my cloud wallet, yeah, it was in, I think, 260s. So there we go. I got that. And now that portion's there. And I'm still good for the next mine. Next mine, I'll go ahead and mine. And then swap. And then maybe I'll mine again, swap. And then eventually I'll cash some out. We got to keep an eye on your regeneration until they do fix the double regen. Once they add that, I think it's going to be really good because then it won't go down as fast. They'll still go down, but it won't be as bad for me. And there's the 66 right now. So I regenerate 11 an hour and I'm at level 8 and I do have some amulets. I have a epic regen. Actually, the epic regen's the only one. All the other ones were max. So I only have one stamina regen right now. That may be something I'm going to be target more in the future as mining time becomes less important and stamina regen becomes more important. Since I don't mind letting the game sit for an hour without mining to regen some extra stamina. That's the basic gist of the update. Now some things have changed where you can only, I believe, craft in market balance and upgrade with swap balance. There is some changes there, so if you're looking to upgrade or re-roll, you need to use swap balance. And if you're looking to craft something, you need to use market balance. You'll probably notice the token has went down a lot, and most reason for that is people aren't really using market as much. There are some people that are kind of stuck on it, probably just because they didn't understand swap. Swap is pretty much where it's at the moment, as far as I'm concerned. Is the market value gonna go up or down? If it stays with crafting, I think it's gonna go up, because at that point, you know, you're getting it really cheap. You're crafting tools to get in really cheap. I do think crafting costs and upgrade costs do need to go ahead and get reevaluated and switched up a bit, because I don't think enough people are crafting right now. And I think that's really going to help the game as well once new people can enter. A lot of people are a little confused on this game, and I get it. There is a lot going on. But what are they doing? Why are they doing this? Well, if you notice, most games pop up and then they're gone a few months later. Goldmand's trying to fix that. They're trying to figure a way to keep the balance and keep the game going without it fizzling out. And they have a lot of good ideas. You know, land's going to be this month, and then next month is going to be PvP. And from what I hear, when PvP starts, that's when the game's going to really take off, because then you're going to use these resources to work on your PvP. I still play the game, and I do enjoy it. I'm not going to lie, I am a little nervous because the token is so low on Alcor, but I do get it because now it is on the swap, and I don't really have to worry about Alcor and the Alcor bots that are currently running all the time. Now it's everything on the swap, and I don't need to worry about that. I just need to worry about swap balance, and as long as the liquidity stays good, you know, we should be fine. I'm going to pay attention to it, of course, and you can also kind of pay attention to how much the thing's worth. So right now, GME is a little low right here. So if I was one that's going to be mining later and I had extra GMM, now would be the time for me to buy some of this, because I'm going to make a little bit extra on that. Or if GMM takes off, then I might want to start buying the other two with it, especially if they're lower, because then I'm going to get a better swap rate. So it's good to kind of pay attention and kind of leave this screen up and just wax per resource be looking at. And when you see that yours is high and theirs is low, you're definitely going to get a nice return, and it's going to increase. I think everyone should provide liquidity if you are playing this game, because without that, you're not going to get GMD, and GMD is going to be the very valuable resource. It's going to be the hard to get. So just kind of remember that and try not to spend all of yours. I'm trying not to spend all of mine. However, I do know I've went down a bit. I'm at 100 now. I was at 168, but I also did craft and upgrade and re-rolled and stuff. So I'm still doing good, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Drainage is another aspect that is going to be coming to the market balance. If you are going through and working only in market and ignoring swap, at times, depending what stage it is, some of your market balance resource will go ahead and go into the swap pools. This is to make sure the swap pools stay healthy. It could be 0%, it could be 30%, or it could be 50%. But it's not really a big deal, because then you have some in the swap pool and you don't even have to buy into the swap pool, because now you can use that resource to go ahead and buy other resources. The first time you buy into the swap pool, if you're not using drainage, you are going to have to click here and use wax. You buy it with wax the first time, and then like I showed earlier, you just keep re-rolling it back in and you'll just get your profit on top. This game has changed a lot fast, and it does that often. So if you're looking for a static game, this is not going to be your thing. If you're looking for something that has changes and is going to switch and always try to do the best it can and provide for everyone, then this is going to be more of your game. But it's going to take some time and knowledge. You know, at times when things change, you're going to have to look and figure out what's going on and get in there and do your best. Kind of what I'm doing right now. And then make these videos to share with you so I can help you understand as well. I hope I did that today. I'm going to end it here because I don't want a really long video, and I think I've hit on everything that you need. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. We'll see if there'll be another video in the future with the next update or not. Thanks so much for the view.